Wow.
What's up, TQ Child? What's up, QT? To another Takeover Tuesday here with the Queens at the Queens Takeover Podcast. We are your hosts. It is your girl, Nick, Miss Nicole, and CP. We are back, all three of us together. As you see, Nicole is back in the building. So the three of us will get it on today. How y'all be, ladies? How y'all doing?
We in this thing. Let's rock.
Buddy.
And that thing we are. We got some comments that are rolling in.
What it do? What it do?
Hey, we got some what's up, fam. We got some welcome back, Miss Coley Cole. Oh, we got some more comments coming in. Hold up. What's up, Vic? Hey, boo, hey. And your mama talking to your brother. To all these
Sorry, I got to call you back. I'll call you back.
Hi.
I said, sorry, mommy, I forgot to call you back. I'll call you back after the podcast.
Get on her.
Get on her. I am not trying to be in trouble today, man.
Get on her. How y'all doing, ladies? Family, drop us some hearts if y'all are doing good. What is going on with y'all? We haven't seen y'all in a good juicy minute. So hello and welcome back to all of y'all. Queens, talk to us. Tell us what's going on with you, what you've been up to, and if you have anything that you have been struggling with.
Ooh.
Wow.
Did you do that ad lib, by the way, in that?
I didn't do that one, but I chose it because I always go, wow.
Because you sound just like it. That's what
I know. You caught that.
So Struggle Bus, it's graduation season for y'all out there. Everybody graduate. The funds getting low. You want to bless everybody, but you can't bless everybody. Oh God! Will I get paid again, Lord? Okay, thank you for the assurance that I'm getting paid. Amen. And then to throw a one of the patriarchs of our family passed away, and I had to go to the funeral this weekend.
Oh, sorry.
It was difficult. He was a wonderful man of God. So many people loved him, and you know someone's loved, but you don't know how loved until you go.
Yeah.
And you're like, this place is full of people. I don't know. It's a lot of friends in here. They're associates. Amen.
Yeah.
Outside of family that just loved him, and he was like one of the patriarchs of our family that set the standard, and so he will be so missed, and his family, they all have his his love, his fun, his character. So I love that I still have his spirit here among us. So Uncle Pop, I love you. And but that was my struggle bus of the past week.
Oh, prayers for your continued prayers for your family. Isn't it crazy how you said you really don't know how much somebody is loved till like you were in that room and the room was packed, but the people that leave this loving impact and legacy don't always know either.
Right.
Which is why, you got the saying, give people their flowers while they're still living.
Yeah.
That's the best time to show up when they're still here to tell them thank you. But rest in heaven. Rest in heaven.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
That's
right, but I ain't make a stick. Oh, what happened? Nikki be back. She be back. Did she just pop out? She popped out. It's okay. But keep tray rolling.
This week, I had to deal with some family stuff, but I'm getting better with it. My struggle bus this for the past 2 weeks is patience.
Patience.
I got a list. I got patience. I got don't jump the gun. I got let go. I mean, I got a lot of them. I had one. Well, I haven't been on in almost 2 Tuesdays. Yeah, I think I had a different one for every day of the week. But in all niceness, I was able to get away and take some time for me to regroup. I had got some unexpected news. And it kind of, when somebody, you prepare for it, but then when it really hits you, it jerks you back for a second. So that was me. Like, I was able, even during the midst of the chaos, I was able to get away and regroup some things and put focus where I need to focus on and let go of some stuff. So that was weeks. But just keep my family in prayer because we did a procedure today. We get the results on Thursday. So I'm just going to sit back and watch God work.
Amen. We're praying with you.
Yes, and believing.
Amen.
And believing.
Amen.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Those are my weeks ago.
William says he's praying. Hello, Anissa.
Thank you, William.
Hello, sweetheart. Is there a delay, y'all?
I'm trying to see because I feel like it is. Let me see. Let me refresh the Facebook.
Tell us in the comments, please, if you're still able to hear us and see us. Is there a delay? Can y'all see me on the screen still? I got knocked out. My phone rang and it wasn't supposed to. I don't know how it rang. Just 1 second. Okay, they said they can't see and hear us. Okay, so I have to pop off for 1 quick second. See, keep rolling on the updates that Nicole has missed. I shall be right back.
The updates Nicole has missed. She's gonna just throw it out like that.
First, I did a great show. I called the last Tuesday show. I did catch that. I was in and out, but that was a great show. Shout out to Carla. She did a thing on the last. Well, she did a thing on Mother's Day. I didn't really get to watch the Mother's Day, but I guess because I participated in it, it was really, really good. But last week I did pop on and get to see Carla, and she did her thing, and
it got real deep last week. It got real deep, but I was like,
I saw.
I was like, oh, okay, Jesus, we crying already. Okay. There's a tearjerker moment in there. It really was, but I thank her for coming on and blessing us with her presence, and her honesty and her transparency as usual. Y'all go check her out on Radiate Her on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. She has a story to tell. You might want to hear it. It's gonna be inspiring, uplifting. So go check it out. She back. She's
sorry.
You good?
Sorry.
You good?
Okay, thank you, James. James was letting us know. Brandon was letting us know that they can still hear us and y'all can see me. And hi, y'all. It's been a long time. Definitely will miss our Uncle Pop. Prayers for you, Nicole. Y'all, if y'all can hear that noise, they are just now doing our cutting our grass outside. So I'm sorry you can hear that. But all right, thank you, Tiffany. Is Tiffany one of your family members?
That's my cousin. That's my first cousin. We like foot.
All right, sister cuz.
Cousin.
All righty, so I'm gonna hit mine so we can get into these topics. Happy belated birthday, Tiffany Williams says. Yeah, so the struggle of the week would be I took a trip back home, right, this past weekend, which was amazing. But how about 3 things hit me financially right before I got ready to go? And these were like immediate take care of situations. And I was like, the break is coming soon. I know there's going to be a break. I know there's going to be a break soon. Anywho, that would be the one thing. And we usually talk about how we're overcoming it. Prayer. Prayer. That's what I got for you. With that being said, let's move into these topics.
You gonna do this like that?
I'm saying, y'all, listen, they hit me back to back 2 days before I was scheduled to leave. Yeah, they did. And I thought I wasn't going to be able to go, and I really needed this time to get away. And yeah. But y'all remember though, I told y'all my chapter 47 mantra God gave me, none of these things move me. And that's what I had to say with a couple of tears, but I said it. So, and so how I'm overcoming it, praying. That's what I'm doing. All right. With that being said, are y'all ready to get into these topics?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay. So I'm going to hit y'all with this one first. QT fam, have you all seen the viral video of the father? Now, this man considers himself to be this young lady's stepfather. He has been with her mother for 10 years. They are not married, but for 10 years, he has helped to raise her children. Now, this young lady has grown up. She's about to get married in August, and he has been, not only he paid for her college, he paid for her car, he's paying for the wedding, hosting the wedding in this big old beautiful home, only to find out through the course of events of planning that she insists on having her biological father listed on the invitation and not him, walking her down the aisle, giving her away. And he is nowhere listed on anything, no invitations, no programs, nothing. Of course, he's heard about it, but he goes on to say that the father has not only not been there in her life, he hasn't paid any child support. He hasn't contributed a dime toward anything, especially this wedding. However, he said he realized that he was just the ATM and he didn't mean what he thought he meant to her and this family. Ladies, you guys have seen the video. If you all down in our QT family have seen it, drop your thoughts down in the chat. But ladies, what do y'all think about this situation? I should say the stepfather decided to walk away. He walked away and said, I'm not going to pay for anything now, since you don't want me to be a part of this. I'm walking away. And the mother was upset, not because, oh, baby, you feel not included, but she sent him bills and what things cost. So he's like, so I was just your ATM, and he has walked away. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
It's giving good.
Yeah. I really about it. I do. I think that she's really selfish. But honestly, I don't blame her. I would have. Hey, I mean, it's a compromise situation. You see what I'm saying? If you was willing to compromise some stuff, then yeah. But you just blatantly showed this man all I needed was your money. I didn't want nothing else. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that was my thought. I would try to. Hey, if I was him. And I was sending them bills back to her, like, hey, take it to your daddy.
You got it.
Yeah, you pay for it.
Didn't call her a gold digger.
I was waiting on the family chime in on that
one. You got it right, husband.
Yeah. Like, really, that's all I would think about it. Hey, I think, this man went over and beyond for you. But then I would look at her mama like, what conversations have y'all had? Because I feel like that's that extra talk. And mom was in total agreement of what she was doing. Yeah. Run me the extra talk. That's what I would want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did mom coach you to don't say nothing, ain't gonna pay for it? Don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That was just my opinion on it. Looking at it, I was like, ain't no way in Hades.
Love it. Ain't no way in Hades. Yeah, I would agree. I want to commend him though as a man, that he gave them multiple opportunities to show that they actually appreciated him. And everyone's like, why did he wait so long? Duh, after the first strike, 2 strikes. Like, no, but he waited until the day of to be like, you know what? Y'all really don't appreciate me at all. Chuck the news. But he gave them chances. He gave them multiple chances to show that they appreciate him and wanted to include him in such a special day and not just use him as an ATM. And the fact that he offered his house for the venue. I mean, my heart goes out to him because it sounds like he has sacrificed a lot to be a part of that family and to show that he actually loves them financially. I don't know if he's showed any other kind of way, but the fact that they show no appreciation about him, it sucks. And the mom is at fault. Like she just got wretched, get a wretched. I'm gonna say it, get a wretched by doing
Let
that.
me ask y'all this question: is the mom at fault if this is an adult young lady? She's graduated
Yes.
college now. So
Yes.
is this mom's fault or is this on the young lady?
The young lady.
I
If
think
it's
both of
not,
them played a part.
this is true, and this is the
Because
fact.
this is why I say both of them played a part, because there was a conversation that had to be had. You know what I'm saying? When was mama gonna say, what are you doing? Like, you're not gonna include him in, because daughter didn't have a problem taking the bill to mama and say, hey, get this to him, let him pay for it. Mama should have said, you're not including him. Because I feel like this: when you marry somebody, you should have their back too. You know what I mean? You should have their back.
Was she married
Y'all
to
supposed
him
to be a
though?
force. So
They're not married,
Right.
but they've been together
well, they
10
still
years.
10 years they married. You gotta have my back. Even if we boyfriend, girlfriend, you gotta show that you got my back. And if you're not gonna speak up for me, then, because what did you do? Just exclude mama and just say, I'm gonna go to dad and stepdad and say, give me your car? Because I'm quite sure some of the activities that she had to go look at, he didn't always go. So I feel like mama played a role in that too, because she didn't stop you.
True. True.
So William, this was one of the things that made this video go viral, because there is a saying that women are always doing wifely duties for men that are not their husbands. You know, you are very wifey to a man and he ain't putting no ring on your finger. And they're saying that this is the reverse of that, right? For 10 years he's been husband, he's been father, and in the end, it really, according to him, the way he was describing everything in the video, I wasn't nothing to y'all. I didn't even realize it. I didn't know like all this time. The other take is, and this may be a bit shocking on this one, I'm going to say on the flip side to that, I understand a young lady having a love for her father, whether he's there or not. You know, you have this affection, this love for your dad, whether he returns it or not. I think that this was a last ditch effort to try to honor him and get him to love her, whether he was helping her or not. But this is like, you my dad, so I'm gonna put you here. I'm gonna do this, and I'm not gonna put this other man before you. The problem with that was they didn't even include stepdaddy, period. So if you're paying even for the invitations, why can it not be mama, stepfather, and father? It was just mama and biological dad.
Right.
And then the man gives you his home for your venue, and you don't even invite his people on his guest list. So everything about it, he said he was pushed out of. Even when the father showed up at like that dinner, that pre-dinner thing, the toast was given to him, and no congratulations, no thank yous was given to the stepdad, period. So that's in your face. That's thrown in your face. I've been here and raised you and did all of this, and it meant nothing to you. So it's a hard situation to be in. And then for him to say, I tell you what, if it's like that, I'm just relinquishing everything. Y'all got it. And in the end, for not have anyone say, well, we're sorry we did this, let's fix it. They were like, well, what about this? These things ain't got paid for yet. So who gonna pay for them? That right there to me would have been that'd have been it for me. That would have been it for me. Like, so you still don't care nothing about me. You still want me to flip bills for something I'm not even a part of.
Right.
Crazy. Let's hit 2 comments, Nicole, and we're going to come to you. Hold on real quick. James, I did not forget your comments. He said, I'm sorry. First of all, this one was William. That's why you start slow on a relationship and jot down red flags. I'm sorry. No, I'm sure the family showed red flags earlier. And then this one's from James. Sorry about that. Hope honor your father, but never dishonor father figure that has been there.
That part.
All right, hey, babe.
Because my thing is, you dated for 10 years. I'm quite sure, and like William said, because I was thinking, there were some flags that showed they did not give a hoot. Like it had to be some kind of flags there that said, "Hey, I mean, you pay for me to go to school, but I wonder how." And this is me thinking, how did she act after she graduated? You know, after all the family come and hug, "Hey, you did it," type situation. Did she hug you? Did she acknowledge you at all? Like in the previous, has she acknowledged you at all?
Mm-hmm.
And she showed flag in there, "Hey, brother, she only displayed what you let her get away." And I'm a big fan, a big thing of a person can only do what you allowed them to do to you.
That's true.
And you allowed it to go on for so long. But now in the big gesture of her getting married, where you think it should have counted, you should have counted in that. She just did what she's been doing for 10
So
years.
question. So
Mama never
question to
said,
you then. Question to you, Nicole. What if there never was a red flag? Because funerals and weddings, they bring out the worst and the best of people.
"Oh yeah."
And so if there was never a red flag, so he just thought, I'm blessing my baby with all the stuff that he's been doing, and she's always been thank you. But it took something like this for it to really just show or come out, or for him to see it, because the way he's talking in the video he is beyond shocked that it even went down like this. Right? Because I don't feel like if you went from paying $40,000 for college to a car that people were treating you like this and you still bought them a car. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. But my thing also would be like Sierra said, after, let's say, a cake testing, you didn't include me. The wedding, you didn't include me. We sat down and did the table setting. Then I would have spoke up like, "Hey," like me and her would have had a separate conversation aside, like, tell me where you coming from. And if she just blatant out said, "Hey, it's my daddy," it's just because it's my daddy, then I'd be like, "Hey, I would it been you wouldn't have been shocked when I pulled away."
Right. Yeah. Facts. Facts on facts on facts.
Sierra, your finals?
So yeah.
I agree with it all. Maybe his love or his lust blinded him of the red flags. Yeah, that's a fact. Big fact.
I think I'm on the flip side of it. I don't think he had them signs. I really don't. I just think when it went down in a way it was like, oh, for real? I wish I would have known that all these years. That's what I feel like. But the majority of y'all feel like it was red flags. He ignored them. William says she probably saw him as a sugar daddy. I don't know, but bruh is hurt at this point. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah.
That you ain't. That's crazy. Any final thoughts before we go into the next subject?
Mm-mm.
All right. So one of y'all, what's the next topic?
Good. Who wanna go? Me? I go. Okay. So I cannot pronunciate her name the right way.
Iyanla.
Thank you, Iyanla Van Zandt.
There you
Did
go.
an interview with Ebony Williams, K. Williams, and they were talking about the standards of a woman, of a Black woman, and the status that we have at this time of earning higher degrees, earning higher income, and how there's no equal to that. And so, I
Iyanla.
Iyanla, she made a statement of, "Would you date a bus driver?" And everybody's face went, "If you own the if you own the bus."
Mm-hmm.
And Yala, she was like, "Wait a minute, this is the problem. This is the measure that we have created in our society, in our culture, I should say, that you should marry someone of the equal, that should have the same status as you, same career, same status, financial wise." And so, and that measure sometimes is not always met. But what if he has a great character? What if he's good with saving his money, even though he doesn't work a top-notch job like you do? What if he has good character, good morals, has a good work ethic, but he just chooses not to work in a field where he's working 60 plus hours a week. He's working, the 8 to 5, 9 to 5, but he's a good man.
Yeah.
And she just was baffled. And then I also went and watched other clips of people dubbing the clip, but then adding their own twist to it, where they would add other Black women saying the same statement or similar statement that Ebony said of, I need someone who meets my, my flower, meets my status, or meets my career hype, or whatever the case may be. Because if he's not, we can't bond over that. And so the weight that we put on financial status and career versus morals, character, and who they are as a person is completely warped. And so a lot of single women are like single because it says there ain't enough men out here. Well, there's men out there. It just might not be the one that you want with the status, the career, and all that good stuff. So I wanted to know what y'all thought. QT family, please, please, please share the podcast. I don't know what's going on. We have a little glitches here and there, but God gonna work that thing out. But hey, I'll write down. Hey, Sherilyn. I hope I said that right. That's that right? Or is it Sherry Lynn? I think Sherry, is it Sherry Lynn? Hey, Sherry Lynn, how you doing? Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Hey, big sissy.
Oh, there we go. She helped it out, fix that. But I want to know y'all opinion about, what do you think about Ebony's comment, Yana's comments, and like the overall, like, what do you think? So QT family, please put your comments down in the chat about how you feel about this topic. You probably see it on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's all over the place. So let me know what y'all think.
Your brother said he's been waiting to hear people's thoughts on this. So tell us your thoughts, Brandon. Put them down in the chats that you've been waiting. My sister says, hey, loves. Hey, big sissy. Ooh, man, listen. So y'all know we have this high value man, high value woman society now, right? And the thoughts on what people consider high value to be are, to me, a bit warped because it's all valued on somebody's assets.
Right.
It has nothing to do with their character. It has everything to do with what they own and what they don't own. You can own the bus transportation company and be a whole jackass.
Period.
Ugly, mean, disrespectful, ungrateful. You can drive the bus and have worked there 15 or 20 years and be the most humble, the most caring, the most giving, the most loving man. Yeah. I would not bypass the driver for the owner because it's going to be character for me, right? Granted, everybody wants to be taken care of. Everyone wants to be able to live and not struggle. If you're going to keep that 100. But if you got a man with that type of good character, I don't think you're going to be struggling. I think that man going to work and drive 2, 3, 4 of those buses if he have to take care of his family. So the fact that she said what she said, and there are so many people that are adamant, if your check don't have the X amount of zeros behind it, and you don't have X amount in your account, or you don't own certain things, you're not going to even get a conversation out of these people. And there are people for them because it's people that feel if you don't look a certain way, then you're not getting no conversation from me. So it's somebody in the world for everybody. But to put somebody down for the type of work that they do, and that is what you value a potential relationship on, is crazy to me. Because again, you can own that freaking company and treat me like crap, or you can drive a couple of them buses and work hard and treat me like I'm a queen. So those are my thoughts on it. We got some comments before. Oh, let me hit these real quick, y'all. Brandy says a bus driver is just a title. Financial status is why women are single. I feel most strong-headed women are single in my circle anyway. William says people didn't want to work together in a relationship, benefits before the process. And then Ashley says, I married a sanitation worker. Job is better than no job. Bus drivers make good money and they help transport the kids to and fro. And you got the city drivers too. Exactly. And Brandy says, hashtag humble. Alrighty, go ahead.
With me, I was on both. I was on both sides. I mean, I understand where you come from, but also, what is it if that's her preference or her standard? If you're not trying to date her, then you shouldn't be offended. Because in some stuff, like I had the do's and don'ts, what I don't want, what I don't want to date. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's just my standard. I don't push it on nobody. It's just my standard. It's just something. It's on one of the check off list. Right. Like that's just like, even if we're just looking at finance, if you look at, you don't want to date a man that got 7 children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We looking at him like, oh, you too fertile, or there's no way, there's not gonna be time for me because you gotta deal with your children first. And because I mean, that's just like, I don't want to date a deadbeat person that got children. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if you come to me and say, oh, I want to date you, and you know you got children, and you just sit back and you're saying you're not paying, you're not taking care of your children, you're not doing nothing for your children, are you still gonna date them? So I looked at it at both sides. It's just her standards. Right. She don't want to, date nobody that drives the bus. She want to date somebody that. But I'm also with you, Nikki. If you can find an arrogant person that he owns it, and he ain't gonna treat you like, he gonna treat you like crap. Whereas the bus driver is gonna make sure your day with him is rose petals. So,
and something
I was
that
on
you
both
said,
sides.
Nicole,
I was just like, well,
something that you said.
What'd you say?
Something that you said makes a lot of sense, which is why I said there's somebody out there for everybody. It's somebody that wants somebody that's that arrogant because they want somebody just as arrogant. Do them. But the difference is when you mentioned somebody that has 7 kids and not taking care of them. To me, that speaks to your character, not to your value. Because the way these conversations have been going is, if he don't make X amount, he ain't no valuable man. How does that not make him valuable? Because you can't see the value in him over the money, right? But if I see you got 5, 2, 3, 7 kids and you're refusing to take care of your children, that speaks to you as a character. You can't be whining and dining me, but your babies don't have no diapers. We're not doing that. We are not gonna be living a high life and your kids are struggling. That ain't how I'm gonna operate. So I would say, if these videos are out there, they're going viral, what is it teaching young girls and boys about how to value and how to pick a mate, right? Are you picking people because they can buy you expensive stuff and because their bank account is fat? But you're not teaching them about how they should be treating you on the inside. So you're getting mistreated, but you getting like you got shopping sprees all out the butt, but you're getting treated like crap. You understand what I'm saying? Those are the things that concern me when it comes to people making them type of statements. Because what are you teaching? What are you teaching younger people about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
But that's like the girls that go out and get enhancements. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're not valuing their self. They're not embracing the natural.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna look at a guy wrong because he wants to talk to the girl because her behind is big versus the little booties that matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's I can't be mad that he like big booties. So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like mama boys, it's everything. Like
there's somebody for everybody.
Yeah, but it's her I mean, that's what she like. And if she want to start with somebody with the bank account high, we don't want nobody to put that out there to our children or whatever. But it's out there. That's society.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I love when Nikki, you say this often. Any king will be happy to be with you because you're gonna multiply whatever he has. Mm-hmm. And that statement says volumes to me when you are dating someone. Mm-hmm. Everyone assumes that when you meet your person that they're gonna be fully together when you meet them. Right. And majority of the time they are not fully together.
Right.
And it's not always a financial thing. Sometimes they're not spiritually all the way together. Maybe they're not socially all the way together. Maybe they're not mentally all the way together. But mm-hmm. you love them for who they are. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, when you are with someone, they should elevate you. And so in that elevation, you should feel, you should love them for who they are. And whatever, and this is another thing I thought about, whatever they bring to the table, whatever you bring to the table, you guys elevate both of you. And I think that's the value of a valuable husband and a valuable wife. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? In my opinion. But this is the question also on top of this question is, you value the person, but they just want to be a bus driver forever. They don't want to elevate. They don't want to do anything more than that job. The question is, if you're a successful woman or man, you can vice versa it. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with them not wanting more? Because the elevation that you hope for in all things in a relationship, be it financial or social or mental, psychosocial, whatever it is, you want to elevate it all. But what is in this one area they don't want to change? And it's really the basis for your lineage. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Are you okay with them staying whatever it is and not wanting to elevate?
First of all, amazing question. I love the question. Second of all, my father was a bus driver for Sissy. If you're still watching, how many years did Daddy drive bus before he switched over to janitorial for the schools? He drove, I want to say, a minimum of 30. And let me say this. I was around when he asked my mother before he died, baby, is the house paid off? Are we good? Because he knew. We had a conversation one time. I was taking them to one of his last doctor's appointments. And this is before he got ready to retire. He said, daughter, I'm scared of retiring. And I was like, why, Daddy? Because you're going to be bored. He was like, I'm going to die. And I was like, what you mean? He had worked his whole entire life. And at that point, I think he just knew. So when his health started to decline and we would have these conversations on the way to his appointment, I could hear a man that was a man that cared about his family, what's going to happen when he left.
Right.
That man drove bus over 30 something years. And from there he became, I want to say he was head of maintenance in our school district back home for years. Now, my mother was a nurse. I don't know if she had a desire for him to do more. I never heard them have that conversation. What I did know is he asked her, baby, is the house paid off? When he knew everything was taken care of, it wasn't too long after that my daddy died, he let go. Wow. You care about your family to the point of you dying. Wow. Before I die, God, let me make sure that they're good. Let me make sure that they're straight. So if that's what God gives me and a husband, that you love me like that, I don't need you to elevate in your career. That's elevation. You get up 30, 50 years doing the same job. Now, to me, that takes just as much tenacity to get up day after day and go work that job. And you already know what you're going to make. It's only so high you can go in those jobs. The pay grade can only go so high. But you get up and you do it exhausted. And he didn't just do that. He would cut grass on the side. You understand what I'm saying? He sang in several of the different choirs at church. He was always doing something, always working. He cleaned buildings at night. So you're asking the question. So with all that being said, I'm going to say this. If that's what I get and you're devoted to us like that, that right there is elevation. Because that man was also a deacon. He believed in being in church. He would go open and close the church. He was the custodian of the church. He made sure that we went. If that's elevation right there, what they got to do with what I'm doing? As long as our family can still meet the goals and the visions that we have, I'm good on that. Now, if you don't want no better and you're not trying to do no extra, you just don't care, that's different. But a man that's willing to do all of that, absolutely, I take that over that. And that's my answer. I'm gonna drop the mic because I hit these comments. We got a lot of queens, so I'm gonna ask y'all to help me out. You hit one, Cole hit one, I'll hit one because it's a lot of comments. Start with this one with James. I hit this one. When Tasha met me, I was a fast food manager. Some people thought she settled, but that fast food check purchased our rings, fully paid for our honeymoon and more. My thoughts. Come on, James. All right, this one's from your mama. You want to hear it?
You're on mute.
Sarah, I think you're muted, baby.
All right. Sorry, guys. Too much assumptions just because he's a bus driver doesn't mean he doesn't have money or that he's not sharp enough to obtain it or any other assets. Partnership with a loved one makes all the difference sometimes.
Come on, Mama Martha. She brought up a good point. Bro could be invested. You don't know what he's doing.
Hello.
You don't even know what she said.
Character
is always the key. Character is always the key. There can be ugly characters behind these higher up titles. Yep.
That part. That part. Brandy says, I bet her soulmate is a bus driver when she low key just feels some type of way.
It's the wrong mentality. We'll ask someone what they do before we ask who they are. Come on!
Come on, William, for the people in the back. That was good. That is so true. That is so true. That is so true.
I went octave, sorry.
Yes, that's your future baby daddy. All righty. Agree. They can use that information as they please. Go ahead, Cole.
Valuable and invaluable at the same. He is needed, valuable, but he's got to bring a lot when he's needed, or either he isn't needed, invaluable.
So Brandy say he's valuable and invaluable. If he ain't bringing in nothing, he's not. Those are her thoughts. All righty. James says, in addition to my previous comment, I cared for her soul, which allowed her to overlook that fast food check. What is wrong with a fast food check, yo? But I love what you just said, James. We got about 50 other ones. So Nicole, I know you got to make a comment. Let me hit this real quick, and I want you to finish your whole comment. William says, still got to have the ambition. My sister said it was more than 25 years. Ashley said, that's all I need right there, Nikki. Keisha says, society is definitely losing track of value and teaching the young on the importance of your treatment. Society should teach being thankful and grateful. You're blessed and happy to take care of home. This is a visual world, and what we should look like and how much money we should make to be accepted, as in making it in life. Be blessed. You have a job, and have faith in God will elevate you as he sees fit. Ashley says, sounds like my daddy. I'm going to let you hit this one, and then Nicole, please give your comment. Go ahead, Steve.
I believe I can understand both sides. Kelly assumed that the bus driver means that the guy does not have vision because he is working in that position, which may be inaccurate. So that means that he will not have a vision for the family. Her mentality about this is based on her background, history, and experience. This is based on her preference, which is developed from the background. It may not be accurate or ideal for the majority, but it is her choice, just like the rest of us. Amen.
Yeah, it is her choice. It's somebody for everybody. She said, I felt that thing in my soul. Yes, cousin, and preach. All righty, go ahead, Nicole.
But do y'all remember the guy that went viral? He worked at Burger King, I think, for like 25 years. And when they did gave him that little crazy little anniversary gift or whatever, and they was asking him why he didn't go, to another job or another job source, and he was just saying, I'm just saving my money to make sure my daughter is taken care of. And everybody did that GoFundMe for that man. That man still went right back to work at Burger King, like, okay, you patted me on my back, and then that's it. And that made me take, like, do I really want somebody to work at fast food? No, but I mean, if that's what he loves, and it kept peace in the home, and it makes him happy. Because now look at where I work at. It's a lot of retirees that work there, but it's just because they love being around people. And this one guy was like, if his age, he would have never retired. He straight up and told, they'll have my funeral at the store. And I was like, are you serious? He said he just loves the environment. He loves the environment. When I say that man is there every day faithfully, he's there. And I'm like, this is all you ever did? He said, yes. He never wanted to go up to management. He did everything else. He learned all the trades in the store where he could have went to be a manager, and he would not be a manager. And now he just comes and he's a greeter. And I'm like, that's all he did. That's all he did. And got a bad house. And I was like, okay, now I understand.
Yeah.
So some people just I feel like that would make you happy. Then kudos. If we ain't lacking for nothing, and we still can grow and do. We're growing.
Yeah.
got that little job and you happy with it, hey, there's peace in the house.
Yep.
Because what if he came home and didn't like it and he had to do it? Would you still be
What if
married
he
to him
didn't
or
have
you
no
going to
job?
abort?
What if he
Wait.
sat up playing
Huh?
video games all day?
Oh no.
What if he had the job, but he was out buying
Yeah,
shoes
you don't
and
do that. You don't
things?
do the video game, man.
You understand? And then too, look, we need people to work everywhere.
This
You
is
know what I
true.
mean? People to work at Walmart. You need people to work at HEB or whatever your grocery store is in your city or your state. People, but folks are working. Like, what the problem is? Like, whatever happened to honoring the trash man that everybody knew that
Yeah.
retired because he was a trash man? Like, what is wrong with it if you're working an honest job? You know what's wrong with it? Whether you own the bus company or you drive it, you own the company or you work behind the checkout.
But it's so crazy because some society and some people that I know in society, they will praise the drug dealer for the quick money, knowing that they're gonna go to jail, and then you want to see this person behind bars.
That part.
I don't know if y'all seen this real quick, and then we gonna go to the next subject. That this guy goes around asking people stupid questions, but this question was actually really profound. He
Mhm.
asked young ladies, if you had a choice between going dating or marrying um, a millionaire that beats you every day versus a unattractive guy who has a good job, who loves you and brings you flowers every day, which one would you choose?
First of all, he ain't unattractive if he treat me good. That's not unattractive.
But
That
you
ain't
know what I
unattractive.
mean. You know what they mean.
I know what they mean. I'm telling you, it's not unattractive if you treat me good. You sexy as hell.
I feel you.
You
I feel you.
sexy
I
as
feel
all
you.
get up.
I feel you. But you know what the majority of the girls answer? They would
Hmm.
take a millionaire that
They would
beats.
take the millionaire that beat them.
It's
Exactly.
like the mindset. The money is it. That's all y'all see is cha-ching, but you get beat every day.
That because you can't take the money with you if he ends up killing you. That money
Hello.
goes nowhere. It
Hello.
goes nowhere.
That's what. Not only that, what if he beat you one time? That's it. You ain't see the rest of the million. You just got beat and gone.
No,
You
Nicole.
didn't get out.
Exactly. You date.
You didn't
You
see the
date.
dollar.
Look, he hit you that one good time and knock you all the way out, and you can't come back and you spent nothing. The new generation has different priorities because of social media. If it isn't Instagram, he says if it isn't Instagram pretty, they don't want nothing with. Well, I'm gonna say this, and we can go into your topic, Nicole. It's a lot of beautiful, beautiful people on reality shows. They got people with mad money. They miserable. It's all get up. Nicole, next subject.
Very miserable.
That's it.
I don't want to talk about the state of North Carolina has now approved for our high school children to now get paid or get endorsements at the high school level in North Carolina. We've seen it go to colleges and all these kids, like the young lady from LSU, she is the highest paid female athlete uh in college. But I think don't quote me right, but I want to say she's the highest paid athlete, period. Even passing LeBron James' son, and stuff like that. Do you agree? Do you think that these children now are too young to be getting paid? Because, like, I tell people, if when they ask me about sports, I tell them I don't watch really professional sports anymore because they're getting paid. It's a job. It's a job to perform, regardless if you do what's right or what you do what's wrong. Um, it's a job. I was into college ball, whatever. Those kids had something to strive for as far as to get into the pros. So I thought, they work a little harder now. But now college ball is like, hey, as long as I can get paid some kind of endorsement, I can make money. So a lot of kids really not I want they know that everybody can't make it pro, and I'm happy about that, but they really don't have they're not really fighting as hard as they used to get in the pros because Anyway, you look at it, I'm getting a check. I'm taking care of my family. Now we're looking at the young high school. Are we going to allow the money to influence these kids because now they can get endorsements in high school? And
I'm
I mean,
absolutely
especially like
for it.
sport. Huh?
Go ahead. I thought you
What you say?
were nothing. Go ahead. I thought you were done.
No.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm finished.
I'm absolutely for it. And King and I talked about this on our podcast a few times before. I think if schools can make money off of the backs of these children, the children should be able to make money off their own names. These schools bring in so much money with these games, so much money. Schools receive a lot just off of these athletes. Why can they not benefit off their own name, their own work, their own bodies? Why do they have to wait till they make it pro? So I am absolutely for them getting paid in high school for the work that they're doing, because it's their bodies being thrown around out there on that field, and other people are they're benefiting from it. You don't really know how much the schools are getting. It's not like they sit down and give them a good financial report. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the season and at the end is to show what they have brought in to help the school, but they may or may not get their name in the paper. You know what I'm saying? People may or may not know them around town, but give them the notoriety via monetary. I say they should absolutely get it.
I agree. I know there's a lot of other talks about how it's going to affect the other players who might not get endorsements, and all of the other jazz that go along with that, the other conversations that goes on around is it fair? Should they all get the same endorsements? But it's preparing them for real life. And just to be honest, you're all not going to get paid the same. You're all not going to be seen the same. But it gives you, I'm going to say this: the endorsement should only be in high school, not in middle school, pre, all element, none of those. Only in high school, I feel it should be appropriate, because if you're going to stay in any sport, especially football, it's so aggressive, and you get thrown around like it's a very aggressive sport. And soccer, very aggressive sports. I feel like if they're going to get endorsements, that of course, the parents should be involved. There should be a contract of some sort. But my next question, though, with these endorsements, though, a lot of just like with NBA and NFL, when you're endorsing, say, Coca-Cola, you have to drink Coca-Cola. You have to wear Coca-Cola socks. You gotta wear those things. So my question is, how will they endorse? I guess because you have to wear a uniform in high school. It's a standard uniform that most of the kids wear, unless they allow you to get away with different socks or different pads, stuff like that. But how would they endorse it on the field or when they're playing, if they have strict laws against or rules against how they're supposed to be presented as players? So I wonder how that part will work out if that's part of the agreement of the endorsement. You know what I mean?
I think it's going to work out the same way. These stadiums and the schools are already promoting stuff. You know what I mean? The stuff is on the programs. It's when you pull up in the parking lot. It's on the banners. It's over in the concession area. You know what I mean? I don't think it's any different. I just think they need to incorporate it the same way they do higher up, because you're still making the money. So allow because a lot of these families are coming, these players are coming from very poor families.
Yeah.
But the schools are making some good fat money off of these children. Yeah. So I absolutely think they should be, they can find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
My concern is the stage mom, because like they were saying, like the age for the kids to sign contracts and stuff, all of them aren't 18.
No.
So you're going into a contract with a minor. So now you got the stage mom. And my thing is, well, I'm not going to say moms, but parents or whatever. Like, my thing is, will parents push their children too far? Well, because when you see $1, they're gonna. Because my thing is, who's really gonna be over? Because I can wear your shirt if I'm a minor. I can wear your shirt. I can wear your socks. I can wear your clothes. But when I can't wear it, what are the consequences? And my mama doesn't sign my contract, so who's gonna figure it out? I think that was one of the talks that they're like really worried about is the stage parents that's gonna push the kids too far. And what is the growth that they can? I think they're trying to set a limit of what they max what they can make.
True. And I think they should set a limit because it can get outrageous. But I will say that what you were saying about the God, it just flowed my mind what I was going to say. In regards to the what did you just say? You said say it again. The parents, just like the parents who do the pageants and stuff like that, who push their kids too far, it's gonna happen. Just like in college, a lot of kids are pushed very hard by their parents too because they get endorsements in college as well. So I mean, it's gonna happen. But I think mental health checks are super important and should be incorporated in the curriculum for players because they do have a lot of mental anguish and frustrations being players, period. I know the suicide rate is pretty high amongst high school athletes going into college athletes because of the pressures of making it big. You know what I mean? So I think if that's incorporated, a psychological check, having to go to that once a month is super important. So therefore, we can limit those things as much as possible because I would hate for that to happen in this type of atmosphere.
But Sierra, then that should be mandatory whether they're going to get paid or not.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It should be mandatory, period. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You know, William brought up child actors. So when you have a child actor, until they turn a certain age, all of the money goes into a trust. Mm-hmm. So one of the concerns y'all brought up would be, you know, what happens with their money. That should go into a trust per what usually happens when a child is working at a certain age, right? Because there are child labor laws, which I'm sure may tie into that as well. Mm-hmm. But with everything that they do, even when they're paying professionals, there's a cap there. There are rules there. They should just sit down and create whatever is needed. Because if you're going to be making all this money off the kids, I think the kids should be able to. I think the kids should be able to profit off of their own likeness because they can use your likeness even in promoting a game. Your likeness will not get you paid, but it's gonna be used to entice people to come to the games, and they're going to make money at the door. They're going to make money in the parking lot. They're going to make money at the concession stand off of your likeness because they want to come and see you play. Mm-hmm. They might like the team, but they're coming to see you play. You know what I mean? James says that I'm for it because one broken leg can end a career. A lot of Black inner city single moms are struggling to get their children through school. The money isn't just for the brand, but also for the single mom. And Nicole mentioned like those stage parents. You got parents, and sometimes it's the fathers that are, I don't know if you call them stage dads when it comes to sports, but they are really hard on their sons. They are really hard on their children doing sports, and they're not getting a dime. So what are our final thoughts as we wrap this one up? This was a good topic, Nicole. This is a really good topic.
Yeah. Let them kids play and get paid.
My thing. Yeah. I mean, I'm for them to get a check or whatever. But I think it should be as well as like the college people do, like they're required to get an agent. But you know, I think somebody need to be on top of the parents because these kids don't know what they're getting ready to sign up for.
I agree.
Not necessarily an agent. Somebody else should look into it.
Like a liaison between the parents, the school. Something like that. But who's gonna pay for that? Who's gonna pay for that? The parents.
Well, you anyway.
Yeah, it was a real good topic. I mean, we ain't gonna work it all out today and on this show, but that was a really good topic, and I've always been for that. So I love it. Yeah. Alrighty, our next topic, the last one for me, we're gonna be talking about Gabrielle Union. I know you all have seen. It has absolutely, it's everywhere. It's been on TV even. So she did an interview with a podcast that's called Idea Generation. And on the podcast, she was talking about her marriage to D Wade. And she was saying how she can't say that she's the head of household. He can't say it because they split the bills 50-50. That's part one of what we're going to be talking about, because for whatever reason, everybody done lost their mind because this married couple has decided to split their bills 50-50. But the other part of the interview, the other part of the conversation where people are really tripping is they both support other households outside of their own. And for her, because she knows she has to work to make sure that those households can eat, she has this mindset that she has to battle with, like this scarcity mindset. If I don't do this, if I don't work, if I don't get paid, then these people are not going to be taken care of. And having that battle with that mindset, she talked about not having peace because there's so much anxiety. There's so much struggle if things don't work out right, and she doesn't, do a movie that's successful or make a certain amount, or she didn't have a certain amount of endorsements, because she has the weight of those households on her shoulder. But he has the same thing. So part two of the question is this. Part two of the question is, people are tripping by the fact that Dwayne Wade, with the money that he's made, and Gabrielle Union with the money that she's made, why are they splitting bills 50-50 instead of him taking care of the bulk of the bills? I want to hit that part first, and I'll come back with part two of the question. QT family, want to hear from you guys down in the chat as well. Don't both of us get ones. Don't look at me.
All the facial expressions. I am making all the facial expressions because I'm like, we know how much money they have for what they have done over the years, right? But it's their household, how they determine how they want to divide the bills amongst themselves is how they decide to do their household. I kind of agree with her a little bit. We do not come on me.
Why are you tipping on it? Why are you tipping
on it? Because, but that's in their eyes. That's fair for them as a couple. And I've heard other interviewers, other podcasts say that he ain't a man because he ain't paying all of it. But we live in a different society, people. We are in a different time where a woman can make so much bread, as much as a man can make, and more, if she chooses to. But that's their household. That's how they decided to do it. Is it right in all aspects? For them, it is. For some people, it is. As long as their family's taken care of, they're taken care of. And I think her scarcity mindset happens even if she was not a working woman. If your husband was working and he lost his job and you were at home like, oh my God, you have the same type of mentality because you want to make sure your family is taken care of, and the families outside of your household that you're caring for are also taken care of. So, QT, don't kill me. That's how I feel about it. I'm done.
You remember we talked about this on your other podcast with King, and I was saying how he was saying how the man should be the provider, this and that. Me being me, I'm not married, but if I get married, what I would want to happen is the same. Want to be equally. You know what I'm saying? I have my own bank account for what I want to do, but we have a household bank account, like everything, and we just split it in half. And he has his own bank account for whatever he wants to do. But long as everything is in the house, is paid for, like I ain't got to worry about if you paid the light bill or I pay, or even not even your half. It's just we just sit down and come up with a number. But like CL said, it's whatever works in their house. People stop looking at other people's houses. If it works for them, hey,
it works.
I'm for it. Now, if you come to me and with that mentality that King had, bro, have at it. Because like with my grandparents, my grandfather paid all the bills in the house except for the telephone bill. And I was like, Papa, why you don't pay the telephone bill? He said, because I don't use it. And I was like, oh, well, that's not. But it worked for them. Like, he made sure my grandma had cars and stuff, everything. Like, he made sure she was straight. Just wasn't doing the phone bill. But that was the agreement that they had. He made sure all 7 of his children was taken care of. Even when he left, he went to New York and worked while my grandmother was home in their house, because he said no, New York made more money up there than they did here. He would send his whole paycheck home and like just pay the bills. But it worked for them.
Yeah.
So I figured whatever works in your relationship, let it work. But I agree with a 50-50, that'll lie.
Yeah. So there are a lot of couples that if, let's say, the husband works, the wife works too, but she just does it at home. She takes care of the home. She cooks, she cleans, she does that. That's still 50-50 too, but people don't look at that. The other thing is I really don't care. They neither one of them gonna give me a dime of that money. So if they decide to split it 50-50, I don't care. I hate that she received so much backlash because she spoke her truth. That is what they do. I don't care if Dwayne Wade is Dwayne Wade and he makes all these whatever. They decided to do things 50-50. Here's why, looking into it with just the outside scope, because I'm not inside of it. I think because of the amount of households that they take care of separately, that may work for them. That does not mean that when it comes to her wanting money or them needing to do something that they don't have, like that they can't go dip in the pot. It's not like I'm only paying my 50, you pay your 50, and your money is yours and mine is mine. She didn't say that. She just said we split the bills 50-50. But in the same breath, she talked about all of the households that they take care of. What I think we're all forgetting is those people are millionaires. So the more money you make, the more people gonna be like, look here, let me holler at your nephew. Nephew, let me holler at you. Let me hold something. Can you take care of this for me? Can you take care of my house note? Can you get my house out of foreclosure? Like the way she talked about it, it's a lot of people that they take care of. And it's not little big things. It's not, let me borrow $50. It's big things, because even if your husband is a millionaire, you feel like if I don't make this over here, I can't support these people. Then not only is it a scarcity mindset that she is dealing with, she's dealing with reality. I don't want to just lean on the money that he makes, because that's going to dip into maybe our children, what they need, their college funds. But because I had these responsibilities before I met him, they're still my responsibilities. And so I don't think there's anything wrong with what they do for their marriage. Again, we don't look at somebody that stays at home and takes care of the home as being 50-50. Right. So let's hit some of these comments and then y'all go ahead and finish your thoughts on that. So James says that they are a team. So what's wrong with their plan? They have agreed to build their brand as a team. Keisha says, question, is being who they are and all that money that they make, wait a minute, is the 50-50 a lane that's really needed for them? She is thinking with caution, but is this really needed because you're scared of what may happen? That's what savings are for. So Keisha is saying that she feels like Gabrielle has these thoughts because, hold on, I'm trying to understand what Keisha's asking. Hold on.
She's saying with the type of money, like I said in the beginning, the type of money that they have, is it really necessary to be 50-50? Like, okay, put the whole pot together and do what you have to do for the other households and just deal with it. Y'all make tons of money, but in reality, it's the same difference. It's 50-50 or put it all in a pot and we trying to divide it up between these households. It's the same thing. So that's just how she described it. But who knows if it was really like 50-50. That's their business. Yeah.
Maybe it's just bills that are 50-50, but the rest they got in investments. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. The way people came, like this stuff has literally reached the news. Yeah. Why do we know about it? But okay, she told us, but why are we debating it if you and your man decide that's what you want to do? But if one of y'all want to pay all the bills and the other one doesn't, that's still on y'all too. You know what I mean? If somebody gambles away all the money, that's your marriage. If you stand in it, that's y'all. So you want to hit this one?
Each household to its own. If both in the marriage is happy and the love is there, it is not our place to mess up what they have going. The team is the dream, whatever that is for those two. Exactly.
That part. I mean, is it really what's needed for them? Got you. And then you want to hit this one.
Tasha and I split everything. It's what works for us. Them them taking care of other houses is called sowing seeds. The Bible says we sowing abundant, we reap bountifully. Yep.
Got it. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, James and Brandon. All right, go ahead.
That's what I had.
I thought Nicole was going to say something.
Oh, I think she was. Oh no. She's shaking her head. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, huh?
I said, yeah.
She good.
That was my last topic. So what's your last one?
You want me to go or her?
Mine was
Nicole.
Sarah,
I was wanting to talk about the little girl that pepper sprayed the teacher. I don't know if y'all seen it where he took her phone and she followed him out there in the hallway and was fussing and cussing, and then all of a sudden she threatened him and then pepper sprayed him. I want to say she hasn't been charged for that, but I did. I mean, because one, his back was turned to her, and then she reached out and pepper sprayed him in the face. My other question is, when is enough for these teachers that's being? I said they're being abused because no one's standing up for the teachers. They always want to go and defend the kids.
I agree. She should be charged, and it's teacher abuse, man. Like teachers are getting beat up. It's bad out here, man. It's just to protect your child or to let your child help your child learn. They sacrifice their life out here for real, without any protection of any kind. Yeah, it's not okay. That's not okay. And I don't know. My husband might convene on this of how they manage technology with your phones now, because every kid has a phone. Every kid has a phone. And it's just a distraction when you're supposed to be learning. Unless this phone is a part of the class, put the phone away. But I just don't know at this point what's the best thing to do. I just don't know.
Did y'all see the video where these two young ladies were fighting in the gym, and you could hear the coach? He kept saying, "All right, y'all better quit. All right, y'all better
quit."
Goes up there with a belt. Well, first of all, he knocks one of them out. He said, "I said stop." Like, I couldn't clap enough when I watched that, because I personally miss those type of teachers that would get up in your behind like that. I really, really do. Those are the ones that you end up respecting. Yeah. But you have this man that, for whatever reason, he took her phone and she got her spray and she sprayed him. She pepper sprayed him. And you got that. You got the young lady that we just talked about a couple of shows ago who beat that teacher up so bad that woman can't even go back to work right now. Mm-hmm. When you getting grown like that, you need to have whatever consequences come with that, like somebody grown. Now, here's the flip side of it. You do have teachers, though, that are abusing kids that aren't doing anything. So the same type of punishment that you want to come up with for these kids that got them hands, the teachers need the same thing. They don't need to just be reprimanded and get paid leave and then they come back. You know what I'm saying? So as far as what you brought up with the telephones in the classrooms, I've hated ever since they've allowed them. When my sons were still in school, they were allowing phones in the classroom as part of their research and them Googling things that, to me, that you were asking for trouble. Now you don't want them in the room, and the kids, they know how to sneak them in, and they can have whole conversations while you up there at the blackboard teaching. So I don't know what the schools are going to do about these things, but it shouldn't be allowed, because if he turned around and would have hit her, if he'd have decked, like if he could have seen her, if he would have decked her in her eye, we would be outraged because he hit her. She sprayed him. And I mean, she sprayed that man a couple of times real good. Yeah. Really, really good. So yeah, I think it's just crazy. I think it's crazy.
These kids, like just last Monday, to be exact, my little niece, she's only 9. She went to school, and my aunt was sharing it with me today that she was deemed a hero in school because a little 9-year-old little guy punched this little girl in the nose where her nose, they had to call EMS to come pick up the little girl because her nose would not stop bleeding. It was out of their control. My aunt asked my niece, was the little boy, how was the little girl, and what did they do with the little guy, with the fella? The guy was in the classroom the very next day, and so was the little girl. And we were like, is he, is he an autistic kid? No, I won't say just autistic, but does he have some issues? And she said, no, he just has anger problems. The teacher did absolutely nothing. And I'm like, where are the parents? Like, why is he not standing up for your child? And then I would have been mad with the teacher because they do, like, I'm like, these behaviors that you're allowing these children and you just pat them on the hand, or it's basically, to me now, it's like you're high-fiving them. They do everything in the classroom to go viral, just to see if they go viral. The substitute teacher, they didn't like that. One viral video they didn't like that they had a substitute teacher. They mocked this substitute teacher or whatever, and then when she tried to stand up for herself, the class turned around and jumped on her.
Yep.
None of the children got penalized for this. Not like nothing. They didn't get no assault charges, and they just brought the kids back in classroom the next day. And it's like, when is enough gonna be enough? Because I mean, the parents are not doing anything, and the school board's not doing anything. I think they need to go back to lean on me days.
Right. Yep. It's horrible. It's horrible.
James says, I'm sorry, she should have gotten her hind parts knocked off. And that's a nice way of saying it. She needed to get tapped. I don't know. They gonna run up on the wrong teacher because you run up on teachers that don't care about losing their job. Hit them, and you're gonna get beat down and be ready to beat your parents down too. So we are at the end of our show. See, do you want to do your last topic or save it for next week?
I think I'll save it for next week. Just okay. I'm gonna throw this out here. If you haven't seen Me and My Big Mouth episode 12, go watch it, and we'll start the next episode talking about that topic. Should I call him?
Of what show? Of what show?
It's a podcast. Me and My Big Mouth, episode 12. The name of it's One Flesh. And we're going to talk about, should you call yourself stepdad? Dad. That's what we'll talk about next time we come back.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. As we go into our affirmations, I want to remind you all about my other podcast, the Dear Young and Me podcast, which can be found on Facebook and YouTube. You can catch those episodes live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central. And if you are watching from New Zealand, it'll be 9 a.m. on Saturday mornings for you all, since that is where Rhoda is. You can also catch the audio podcast on all your favorite platforms, Apple, Spotify, all of those. We would love to have you guys come on over, leave your thoughts, your comments, and tell us what you would like to hear. So please come on over and join. With that being said, QT fam, drop down in the chat. What are your affirmations for yourself for this week? Queens, what about yours? What are your personal affirmations for the week? And we are out.
Ready? Want me to go first? I'm out here. All right. My affirmation for this week is don't be afraid to think bigger for yourself and for your community. I think sometimes life gets hard and we get so bogged down by everyday mundane things that happen haphazardly that's not our fault. And you forget to think about, what do you want? Like, what do you desire? Like, for yourself, for your community, for your family, like, what do you want? And then think bigger about it. Don't think small. think bigger and then work to the small stuff to get to that bigger, whatever your desire is. So I say that just to remind myself to keep thinking bigger. Don't limit myself.
I love that. Keep thinking bigger. Brandon says to be better by doing better.
Come on, bro.
That is his affirmation for the week. Love that, King. Be better by doing better. All righty, Cole.
Mine is I can wear my scars openly because I feel
Oh,
like
You
my
better say
scars
that again,
has a
chick.
story.
wait a
Rewind.
second. You can't just throw it out there
Say
like
it.
that.
Say it one more
Bring
time.
it big. I'm shutting up.
I can
Repeat
wear
it,
my
though.
openly because when you're like, well, people that have been in an abusive relationship, they always covering their scars, and I feel
Yeah.
like now that I'm learning that my scars is telling my story.
Yeah.
It's not always bad for my scars. So I'm learning. I'm learning. My feel. People say don't wear your feelings on your sleeve. Yeah, you do. Sometimes you need to. I think that'll make you toughen up, and it makes you put your little big girl drawers on and be grown about it. And
Mm-hmm.
it keeps you on notice, especially like with when you start falling back in patterns. And this week,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those patterns start coming back, and I had to look at the scars and say, "You grown for this." And you remember when you scratched your arm and it was too deep and it healed the way that it healed, or you nurtured it the way that you nurtured it. That there's no need to cover it up. And my story helped somebody else's story, so that's
So for
mine.
those that didn't hear, because Nicole was going in and out, she said that I can wear my scars openly. That was good. That was deep, girl. Come through with the deepness. William said, I posted this on Facebook this morning. The world is already cruel to us all. The least we can do is be kind to ourselves. That is good, King. He said, the world is mean enough, so be good to you. I love that one. That was good. Mine is simple this week. This week is this too shall pass. This too shall pass.
Mhm.
That is all. That is it. That is the post. This too shall pass. We want to thank all of y'all for tuning in this week. It was good to have you back with us, Nicole. Carla, if you are watching, we want to thank you so much for sitting in with us. Mama Martha, you as well. Those episodes were amazing and the feedback has been incredible. So thank y'all. Glad you are back, Nicole. We're going to keep your family lifted up in prayer. We're going to keep yours lifted up in prayer too. See, as you all continue to mourn and move on from your uncle. What was his name? Uncle
Pop.
Uncle Pop. I like that, Uncle Pop. Thank you so much, William. Keisha says, great affirmation, ladies. Thank you for the hearts. And we thank you all for showing up and tuning in. See, tell them what they can do with those crowns, boo, and we are out.
You know, I'm gonna say something else to do
Well, say
today
something
as
else,
well.
then. Do it.
I've been getting these little reels this week on Instagram and Facebook about looking in the mirror at yourself for a good old minute and
Yeah.
say positive things about yourself and say you love yourself. I would tell everybody, man and woman, child and girl, boy and girl, to do that.
Yeah.
I've been avoiding it. I don't know why, because this is bad. But anywho,
That part.
it's just awkward for a whole minute. Like, I love you. And it's funny because I'm
Yeah.
doing it on the podcast, so I can see myself. And so I
Yeah.
feel like I'm doing it for a whole, how long we been here? A whole hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm doing it now, but in my own private time. I plan on
Yeah.
doing that this week. So
Yeah.
I recommend to everybody to love on yourself. You are a beautiful, beautiful people inside and out. Fix your crown. Don't let it lean. Don't let it sag. Don't drag that crown. Pick that crown up, put on your head like a this,
That part.
and just strut your stuff because you are the king and queen God created you to be. So we thank y'all so much for joining us for the podcast. Please like, follow, send, resend to your family and your friends,
Share.
and share it on WhatsApp to your friends all the way across the pond. Amen. If you got some friends over there, and we'll see y'all next week.
One last thing I want to add to what you said. Do everything C said and do it naked in the mirror. Love all of you. Talk to every bit, the scars, the rolls, the imperfection that you think is imperfect. Do that. Telling you, it's amazing.
It's amazing.
We love y'all. We will see y'all next week. Goodbye, QT fam.
Bye.
Bye.